Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. Welcome to my favorite videos to film every single time. I have been gone for such a long time, but I wanted to make my comeback with a TBR video because I love TBR videos so much. If I could spend my entire life making TBR videos, I would, because I film a TBR video and then I just want to film another one, and I literally just desperately wait every single month to film a TBR video because I love making TBRs. That was such a weird introduction if you're on my channel for the first time, but I promise that I'm as crazy as it seems in that clip. That was just a glimpse. But anyways, I just refilled my TBR prom jar, so there are at least 100 prompts in here. I'm very happy about that. And I usually pick 5 prompts per month, but this month I'm just really desperate to pick 6. I'm a huge perfectionist, so making a list and then not sticking to it or not following it burns something in me, which is why I try to keep my TBRs as short as possible because I genuinely suck at following them. I don't know why, but there's just something about my TBR books that makes me not want to pick them up, which is definitely a psychological problem that I should look into, but whatever. I don't know why, but I feel like I'm lip sync today, which again is really just irritating my perfectionist brain. I feel like I'm bragging, but I'm really not. Let's just get into picking the first prompt. I'm trying to pick ones that are kind of just gone into the cup so that they don't feel neglected. Anyways. Oh, is this one? This is a prompt I've been avoiding picking up because it's so complicated, right? But I don't know why. This is the one that always comes up. But this is basically a random number generator from 1 to 6, whichever number it lands on belongs to a letter, and then a book starting with that letter. So basically a random number generator chooses a number from 1 to 26, then the letter, then whichever letter the number corresponds to in the English alphabet is the book, is the letter that the book title starts with. Was I able to explain it? I wouldn't understand what I just said if I were you. So please don't feel the need to be kind to me. But let me just pull up a random number generator on my laptop. It's just such a weird position to be in. Also, I just took off the sheet on my bed. I have to put a new one, so don't judge me. Doesn't it just show up on Google? It just showed me like a list of websites, but I just want a random number generator. Whatever. 1 to 26. Generate. 8. What's the 8th letter in the English alphabet? A, B, C, D, E, F, G. What is wrong with me today? I think it's because I have an exam tomorrow, so I'm genuinely just going a bit crazy with stress. Also, there's a random uncle just staring at me right now from his window, and it's making me so uncomfortable. Anyways, what was the number that we got? 8. So 8th letter of the alphabet. H. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H. I feel like my craziness is enhanced right now. I promise I'm not this crazy. Anyways, let's see the book on my TBR that starts with the letter H. I don't think there are a lot, honestly. Okay, so I have Hawk's Quest. This is a book by an Indian author, and it's a perspective of a character that I genuinely never knew could have a retelling from his perspective, and it's genuinely just so interesting because he's a villain, right? He is sometimes said to be the whole reason for the epic battle Mahabharat. The character is Shakuni, in case you were wondering, but I'm really intrigued to read his book, so that's an option. How to Kill a Guy in 10 Days, but I just saw Sarah give this one a very bad review, so I'm honestly not that intrigued to pick it up. Okay, so there's a book called Honey on my TBR, but I have no idea what it's about. How do you sort this on Goodreads? How do I sort this by letter? Why is it taking me so much time to decide one book? I feel so technologically illiterate right now. You guys have no idea. How do I sort this?
Few years later.
I found out how to sort this, guys. Took me long enough. But sort by... Oh my god. I cannot find a letter now. Sort by alphabet. Sort by title. I think I've done this correctly. I'm sorry, this is so boring to watch. My laptop has stopped working. It stopped responding to me. Like, it's telling me to get more educated and then come back to it. My laptop is rejecting me. It's stuck on... Oh, we're at E. F. G. Still on F. G. We found our way to the edges. Yeah. Oh, there's this book called Henna Artist that Heartless starts with H. This is all my summer TBR. I've just been avoiding this book so hard because I kind of hated Flawless, and now I just don't want to hate another book by Elsie Silver because she's such a popular author and I feel excluded. But we have Heartless as another option. Henna Artist, this is literary fiction by an Indian author again. We have Air of Illusion, that's another one. I have so many options, I do not know what to read. This is when the just indecisiveness in me bursts out because I don't know what to read because I want to read all of these. I also kind of want to read Husbands. I saw Haley Pham read this a while back and I think she didn't like it, but I'm very curious about this because husbands fall from the ceiling in this book, which seems like an interesting premise. I want to see how that goes. I also have The House Across the Lake by Riley Sager as an option. I don't know why I haven't read that yet. So that's a lot of options and I think I should choose one. So I just input all the books that I might want to read in a spinner wheel because I'm that indecisive, and I'm just going to let the spinner wheel decide what I read in May. I might not read this because, as I said, I'm horrible at following a TBR, and we got House of... Can you see that? I think you can't, but it says House Across the Lake by Riley Sager. So that's the first book on our May TBR. It took me so long to decide that. The prompt also fell on the ground in dismay at me. But let's pick out the second prompt now. That was such a long ordeal. You probably did not sign up for that. I'm so sorry. Two fell out. I'm gonna go with this one because it's smaller and cuter. Read a book here. Is this my sign to read Heartless? What's happening this month, man? I really did not want this prompt, but I'm gonna pick Heartless because I don't even want to look at other options. I'm sure there are a lot. There are so many books I've been avoiding, including the second book in the Mishborn trilogy. I do not remember the name of it. Kingdom of the Feared. This is a large book in that series. I think it's called the Kingdom of the Wicked series, but I'm not sure right now. There's also Iron Flame. I don't know why I've been avoiding this. I'm just a weird person, I guess. But there's a second book, Heartless. This month's TBR is really just forcing me to read books that I would probably not be on my immediate TBR if I wasn't being forced to read them right now. But second book, I guess. It's election day in West Bengal today, so I'm sorry if you can hear those people just screaming and cheering. I already saw that one, but that says read a book with vampires. This is really an interesting one because I have a lot of books with vampires, but I'm not sure which one I want to pick up right now. So we're going to go back to just looking at my TBR and picking one out. It's going to be another long ordeal, so buckle up. One option is Empire of the Vampire, which I've genuinely been in the mood to read, but not right now. Again, just not something that's on my priority TBR because it's a series that I would like to commit to when I start it. Do you know what I mean? Let's see. There were some books that I really just wanted to read this month, and I haven't picked any of them because, well, the prom jar doesn't want us to apparently. Anyways, does Assassin's Apprentice have vampires? Apparently, Assassin's Apprentice by Robin Hobb also features vampires, as I can see from Google. So that's another option because that was one that I surely did want to read. So there we go. Let me have a look at some series that I'm in the middle of because I'm sure that a lot of them have vampires in them, including Zodiac Academy, which I do want to continue at some point. But again, I'm not in the mood to this month. But I might pick that because I read the first book such a long time ago that I really should get to the second book now. But let's see what my options are. Oh, there's also, what is that series called? The Serpent and the Wings of Night series. I have to read the third book in that series. So that's another one. Again, so many options, so many choices. My indecisive brain is gonna explode. Ooh, City of Glass is another option. I do have the physical book, but I do not feel like taking it out of the stack right now. Anyways, I think I'm gonna go with Assassin's Apprentice after so much consideration of this. But yeah, I'm really just not in the mood to read anything else with vampires right now. So there you go. That's the third book on our May TBR. This is just not the TBR I imagined for myself. I don't know what's going on. This one is just hanging on the edge. So it was desperate to be picked. I almost just want to put this prom back in the jar. A book you've been putting off. Why is this happening to me? Genuinely, why is this happening to me? Again, a lot of options. This was the fourth prompt. We're already on the fourth prompt. I haven't got any book that I'm desperate to pick. So that sucks. What was the prompt? A book you've been putting off, right? For this, I'm just going to take a lot of liberty and I'm going to pick What the River Knows because I've been avoiding this. The reason I've been avoiding this is that Jamie did not give this a very nice review. She's like, it's okay, it's very mediocre. So I was like, okay, probably not worth picking up. But recently I've been very intrigued by books with mythology, and this is another book that I would really just want to explore and make an opinion for myself. So I think I'm going to put What the River Knows as the fourth book on my TBR. My teacher is just texting me about this internship opportunity he might have for me that I'm very excited about. But obviously, I'm making a TBR video right now and I do not like to be interrupted in the middle of it. He just texted me again. I'm sorry. That was weird. Anyways, let's pick a fifth prompt and hopefully I'll get a book that I do want to read this month. I'm actually kind of disappointed by this TBR. I've had better, but I'm also very bad. I cannot pick things under pressure, and making a TBR video feels like pressure. But also, if I wasn't making a TBR video, I'd probably not pick my TBR at all. So yeah, just not someone who works well under duress. So yeah, I am sure there are so many books on my TBRs that have vampires that I would rather read, but I'm just someone who cannot for the life of me make good decisions. Already read this prompt, I'm sorry, but this is one that I actually did want and I'm very happy about it. A book released this year, so a book released in 2026. Let's see which one I would want. Oh, I think for this I'm gonna pick an arc. It's called Double Standard, and I was so intrigued by the cover, which is why I requested it, but also the premise seems so intriguing. It's like a second chance romance between a Hollywood couple, if I'm not wrong. I could be totally wrong, but I'm gonna put that on my TBR because I'm really excited to read it. I do want to get some of my arcs off my TBR, and I'm just very bad at reading arcs, and I feel genuinely like a horrible person when I don't read arcs as soon as I receive them because the publisher has trusted me with their arcs, and why wouldn't I read it, right? I think this is the last and final prompt. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah. An author's latest release. Okay, you know what? For this, I'm gonna pick The Night We Met by Abby Jimenez. I've never read a book by Abby Jimenez, but I'm very, very intrigued by the premise of this one because there's a girl and she dates her boyfriend's best friend, which seems like emotional cheating, but I don't know. Some people seem to be liking it, and I want to know why. So, there's a large book on our TBR. I think I did the best I could with the resources I was given. The TBR job was not kind to me this month. I expected better of it, but it's okay. You can't win all of them. Let's just do a recap of all the books on my May TBR. For this very, very complicated prompt that I've already explained to you, and I do not want to explain it again, I picked The House Across the Lake by Riley Sager, which is the first book on my May TBR. The second book was Heartless by Elsie Silver, for a book I've been avoiding. The third book on my TBR is The Assassin's Apprentice by Robin Hobb, for a book with vampires. Then the next prompt I got was a book you've been putting off, which I don't know how is very different from a book you've been avoiding, but apparently it made sense in my brain and now I'm suffering for it. But for a book you've been putting off, I picked What the River Knows. The fifth prompt I got was a book released this year, for which I picked Double Standards, which may not release this year, but I'm too overstimulated to care. So the sixth and final prompt, I got an author's latest release, for which I picked The Night We Met by Abby Jimenez, which will be my first Abby Jimenez book, and I'm very, very excited. Thank you for watching this chaos fest. I have no idea. I'm gonna cringe at myself so hard while editing this, but thank you for being here. If you watched till the end, I'm genuinely so grateful to you because I have no idea what I did this month. I don't know if I should be proud of myself, if I should be cringing at myself, but whatever it is, just very happy that you're here and so grateful for your continued support no matter what I do in these videos. So see you in the next one. I hope you'll stick around because hopefully the next one will be better. I'll see you. Bye.